Johns, Parrott and Virgo have teamed up.
Last time he broke off, he caught the blue. No danger of that this time. And that's an excellent break-off shot. That's an excellent one. He'd like to be doing that every time he broke off.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if he's left a slight gap to sneak between blue and green and hit the side of the pack. Well, if he hasn't, there's a... Oh, you can see the edge of the other one, so you've got to get this right. Don't want to hit the jaws or miss it.
Yeah, the fact he's caught the bump of the middle pocket has left Stephen now a
Stephen Hendry 4. Please don't shout out. Thank you.
And Stephen first in, and nicely on the black. The black available into both corners. This is the type of chance he loves. And John, it was only a thin edge he could get. Oh, how thin did that have to be? And he just missed it by a fraction. And Stephen hasn't really got through those reds. Well, he got through them, but not as he wanted to. He's still got a red on, though, to the right corner. Just didn't mean to catch that first red.
Yeah, good news here. He's got the gap. And it was. Didn't have to count any of the reds.
Well, that's what we say sometimes about a nice run of the ball. It might not just be a fluke. It might just be that you finish up with a nice angle just to pot the ball and, as you say, get through the gap. Very straight on the black and just didn't get that cannon just right. This red still pops.
16.
If he'd have caught this red full in the face, he'd have been perfect. But just caught a half ball, tricky pot coming up. It's there though, good shot.
17.
Once he potted it, there was a natural angle to be on a ball colour. Same thing again. And there's a red at the back of the cluster reds here that's available, so no need to go into these. Still onto the side cushion.
Yes, he's nicely on that red. And just a little nudge off the other. He won't be bringing other reds into play, but it'll just help him get on the black.
22.
Well, he potted it clean, and I don't think that was exactly... Well, when I say potted it clean, he didn't pot the red clean, he didn't pot the red in the middle of the pocket, which, if he had it done, may just have nudged off the reds, but he's down quick, so he mustn't be too bad for position.
Yeah, that's what he was looking for there, John, was the flick, as you said, to leave the half ball black, play the cannon into the pack and leave the two reds on the right.
29.
So you're slightly disappointed with that, but just have to change your plan.
I think he's got to play for the loose red here. I don't see he's got the right angle to go into them. So just playing for the loose red near his hand. And now imperative that he leaves a good angle. Yep. I mean, it's a type of position you prefer maybe to go into these reds off the blue. But he can't get back on the blue, so he's just got to leave a good angle on the black to go into the cluster.
Yes, and what I've seen of the opening 4 frames here today, John, I have to say Stephen's probably hitting the ball slightly better than John. I mean, the scoreline's 2-1 the other way, but when he's in amongst them and hitting them, it looks like he's cueing better than John.
Yeah, fair comment.
38. Sorry.
It was just those first couple of frames where it was a bit tactical, then, well, we'd expect John Higgins to do better. Not the best angle on here, but he'll be coming off the top cushion into the balls with pace. Don't miss the black. He didn't, and they broke absolutely beautifully. And you could see if you put Stephen there, he'd give it the old elbow. Get in there, trying to Yeah, leaned into it, didn't he? We've got a match on here now, I'm pleased to say.
.46.
As we were saying, John, and as you alluded to, you know, we just felt that Stephen needed a good start, probably more than John. Because Stephen, as we all know, has been struggling of late. That's why he had to play a qualifier. But now it is close. Now we can,
53.
both players will be comfortable and really get into it.
Yes, I think a major difference from Stephen's improvements here
54.
is, I know this sounds daft to say to someone who's won the World Championship 7 times, but he's found the middle of the white again, John.
It helps, doesn't it? Because then it goes where you're aiming it. That sounds a simple thing to say, but that's what happens with snooker players, whether they
61.
just start hitting across the line of it or don't line it up correctly. And that was particularly
62.
what was finding Stephen out on the long pots. So this black to go 73 points in front with 75 remaining. So just looking for one more red.
And how well has he taken these?
69.
As you said earlier, we shouldn't be surprised, but he really is a class act in amongst the balls.
Do you know, I was going to say this is very close and
HENDRY,
it only just
69.
goes, and he had an alternative. He had an alternative to play, so this frame isn't over just yet. It looked tight, and he had an alternative red to this corner, which wouldn't have given him position on the black. How costly could that be? How costly could that be?
Well, can't believe that. So surprised he'd taken them so brilliantly well, he can't believe it himself. I mean, from behind here with the camera, it always makes it look a little easier than it is, but it must have been on. You wouldn't take a shot knowing it wasn't, John, would you?
No.
8.
But as I say, he had an alternative where he had a clear path to it, no risk involved. John Higgins came to the table 73 points behind, 75 remaining, so basically he can afford to play one pink off these remaining reds. The rest have got to be blacks if he's going to win the frame at this visit. It's a tall order, mind, but he'll be just glad of the chance.
16.
Yes, and the word a body blow would spring to mind if John Higgins clears up here.
70.
Well, decided to take that opportunity, but
24.
well, he can't get on the black off this red. As I say, he can play one more pink, but then the rest have to be blacks to win it at this visit. Well, if he
25.
pots the blue, he can only tie.
Well, this is lovely, isn't it? Stun the pink in. Well, I'm saying that, maybe just off straight. I thought if this was straight, you could stun it in, red in the middle, and then down for the black. Slightly stretching. Yeah, just off.
But that's it now. He's got to be playing blacks. 42
31.
behind, 43 remaining. 2 reds, 2 blacks, and all the covers to win the frame by 1. And Stephen will be kicking himself. He's playing the double. It's the only way he can get position on the black. And it's not there.
John Higgins. 31.
It was always going to be difficult for John to win the frame there, particularly with that awkward red near the pink that he did release, but it just started to throw him out of pinpoint position. Stephen, of course, looking for one red. Decided to play the snooker, and he's played that well. Good shot.
Yes, and for all the excellent stuff he did in the earlier break, that's as good a shot as he played in this frame. How many times you play that shot, John, you either over-hit it or under-hit it?
Yeah, it's a twitchy one, isn't it? And John Higgins with the old problem. If he misses the red, he'll need a snooker. And if he hits it, he's got to get it safe. Now he's missed it. He needs a snooker, and if that cue ball is in the corner pocket, well, it doesn't matter. Free ball.
Stephen Hendry 4 and free ball.
I'm certain now that Stephen Hendry has levelled the match at 2 apiece. Black counts as a red, and it's a free ball, so that's 1 point.
1.
So his heart would have been in his mouth, Stevens, for a short while after he missed that red. That was a frame ball, but it's not cost him this time around, so you can forget about it.
8.
And those mid-range pots I find in the back of the leather. It's boiling up nicely.
12. 13. 16.
After his first round match against Stuart Bingham,
18.
the question on everybody's lips was, can he repeat that type of performance? Consistency is the one thing that hasn't been
21.
one of Stephen's strengths over the last few years. But after struggling the first 2 frames, he's hit the ball very nicely
25.
in these last 2 frames. 81 in the last, 69 in this one, which should have been a bigger break. Playing the blue, it doesn't matter. So Stephen Hendry and John Higgins will be happy with those first 4 frames. They've got into the match, and they go to the first mid-session interval at 2 apiece.
Well, before this match, there was a fair bit of banter flying around between these guys. In fact, I did hear that they were sharing the same table in the practice room for a little bit of practice. And Stephen Hendry came in after John Higgins. He was next on the table, and John, of course, started joking around that Stephen was turfing him off it, and there was lots of fun.